G'day viewers, Sep here. I'm just down the back shed and I dragged out my old lawnmower. It's an old Masport that I've had for about, I think 30 to 35 years. Now I haven't started it since 2017, so not all that long ago. Maybe what's that, 6 years? I was just going through my book and it looks like the last time I parked it I'd just serviced it. So of course I've got another mower. That's what sort of happened. So it's been in the shed. I thought I'd get it out and I thought I'd see if it would start. So let's see how we go. So here it is here. Like I said, it's an old Masport. I've had it for a long time. It has been in the shed out of the weather. So I expect it probably will start reasonably well, but I'm not sure. I haven't checked for oil or fuel or anything like that. I've only just dragged it out, got a few bits and got a few parts here that I thought I might need, pull the spark plug, etc. So yeah, so it's been sitting there for a fair while. Let's see how we go getting it running. Alright, let's have a look at it. Like I said, I had serviced it before I put it back into the shed. Oh yeah, geez, the oil's, Jesus, you won't even be able to see the oil on the dipstick. It's that clean. See if you can see that. Let's have a look. There it is there. It's clean as a whistle, so that looks pretty good. Let's see what we've got in the fuel. Yeah, geez, it looks like it's about half full of fuel, but it's been there for 2017, so I don't know how that's going to go using that fuel. I probably should really drain it, but anyway, let's just have a look at this spark plug. This plug looks pretty good too. I wonder if I put a new one in. I probably should have a look at that. Let's have a look, see what that looks like. Oh yeah, hang on. She's a bit oily. A bit black and oily. I'll just give it a bit of a wipe off. Give you a bit of a look at that. After I've wiped it, just got a little bit of gunk off it. Like, it looks in good nick, but it's just black. So I'll just wipe it off a bit. Now, what I thought I might do, I'll give it a bit of a squirt in there. This is just engine oil. Make sure it comes out first. There you go. Just a couple of pumps of engine oil in there just in case. But I might just pull that lever. Start lever. Just see if that, yeah, that's all good. Sounds pretty good. Make sure that piston doesn't grab for some reason, which doesn't look like it will. So let's bang this back in. The spark plug. I'll just leave it like it is and see what happens. So we've got oil, we've got sort of fuel, I suppose you'd call it. It sounded like it's got good compression to me. Well, it always did. It always ran well, so let's put that stuff out the way. We'll stand the handle up. See how that goes. Oh God. A bit rusty here. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Right. Righto. Oh. We might get some lubricant, I think. Bit of CRC, we'll get on this handle for a start. Looking not too bad. Let's see what's down the front here. Let's have a look. Well, that's the slide. Over there. It's sliding? No, it's not. So that's on. Righto. Looks like we're ready to roll. I'll leave that sitting about there for the moment. And we'll see what happens. Out. Well, we might get it going yet. I'll pull that plug back out. Righto, I think what we might do is, now we know it's going to run, we might get ourselves this new plug, drain the fuel, and see how we go. It's next on the list. So we're in the shed. It's a bit easy for me to work on it when I put it up on the bench. So we're in the process of just draining the fuel, which looks pretty terrible, what's in there. I don't think I've ever seen this fuel red like this. But anyway, I'll just turn it off and give you a look at it. Oh geez, I don't know if you can see that or not, but geez, I know the tank's red, but that fuel, yeah, it doesn't even smell like fuel anymore. That's terrible. No wonder it didn't run real good. If you look when I pour it out. Here it is here. Like it's off. Yeah, so we'll get this fuel out. Not there's much left in there. Now it looks like it's empty. Next part of the job, we get the spark plug. So I didn't have a spark plug, so I've had to clean the one that we already had, so I've done that. I've blocked it up. So what I thought I'd do is start an oil change, since it looks like it's going to run. So it's got a bolt underneath here, and just a shifter normally does it. It's come undone really well, really easy, so we'll drain that. While we're doing that, we'll pull this air filter off. We're going to have a look at that too. I'll get this off. We'll just see what this looks like. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, this looks good. Yeah. Yeah, look, it looks like new. Jeez. I must have just put a new one in before I stopped using it. Jeez. It's good. Well, there's nothing on this air filter. Even that's clean, so I think we'll just put it back. Call that bit done. But what we might do first is we might take this backing section of the filter off, so I can get in there and have a look at the choke valve, just to make sure that that is operating correctly, considering everything was all stuck. We might just do that while we've got it apart. It's pretty gunky. Oh God. This gasket's broken off too, which I won't have another one of those. little seal right there's broken off. We might have to make one ourselves for that. So what's happening is this slide's supposed to come all the way across. And we've got it on full choke, and when it starts you pull it back. So it's just getting stuck here. So if I just grab hold of that and push it, it activates it in here. So we might do a bit of clean up first, and then we'll adjust this cable. There's an adjustment on the side here, which we might be able to push it across a bit further, get this clean and in working order. So I'll get back to you when I finish cleaning that up. Now I've got it all cleaned up. As you can see in there, it's nice and clean. I've now got the action working right. The choke now, which is there, that's the butterfly, it's in the closed position. I haven't quite adjusted all this yet because I want to show you how it all works. So there's a cable that runs right around the side here that goes up to the throttle. Now I've loosened it all off, so that's in the fully open position. That's how it works, and the choke position will be in that position there. So it's really a matter of now of adjusting this cable. Now I've freed all the grime and stuff out of there, so I'm just pushing the whole cable at the moment just to show you how it all works. That's how it works like that. Once we get it, the cable in position, that should work itself without pulling the whole cable, the outer surround of the cable. So that's how it's going to have to look with the choke on. But what happened, of course, as we pulled the back of this off, we took that off. Of course, the first thing that happened is this gasket's now broken. Now, considering this mower's about 40 years old or thereabouts, there's no way known I'm going to even try to buy one of these, and I can't put it back like that. I'm not going to use silicone. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut our own gasket. I've got gasket paper here. We're going to take a template and we're going to cut it ourselves and then put it back on. So that's the next part of the process. But first, we're going to get this off, and we're going to use one of these old tools. Carving tools, they call them. And I figure there'll be a few people here that'll be watching this that'll probably recognise one of these. And this will be more than 40 years old. I've got a box full of them when I was at school. And that's what we used at school when we're doing our carvings of different types. So all we're going to do now is we're just going to slowly snig that off, because I want to keep the template of this gasket, even though there's a bit missing. But these old carving tools, they're really good for this sort of stuff. Just take your time and work it off. And I've got a bunch of different papers that I can use to get the right thickness. So you just got to take it nice and easy, and we'll get it close enough anyway. So there it is there. So that'll be close enough to get us started, get an idea. We'll just clean that off shortly. But as you can see, it'll be a relatively easy job. But those that haven't done that before, I'm going to show you how to do that, because it is pretty handy. Because like I said, where we are, you just can't go up to the shop and they'll have one of these gaskets. There's just no way. And even if you found somebody that could actually order you one in, which we probably couldn't in our town, we'd have to go to a bigger town or ring up, and you'd do it all over the phone and get it all mailed. That's probably how you'd have to do it. So, which is probably, if you want to get something running, well, that's going to take days. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. First of all, we're going to need our paper. So those who haven't seen this before, this is what it looks like. Now, these are all cut bits that I've been using over the years that I saved, because you may only want a small bit, but this is what they call jointing paper. It's all different thicknesses. It comes in a big sheet, just like that. You buy it, and you can cut it up to whatever you want. If you're looking at forming a gasket, a paper type oil gasket. So that's that. I've selected this piece for now. It's already in there, so we'll use this. It's the right thickness. A couple of tools. We've got some hollow punch sets just to do the holes on the sides. A couple of different ones. I mean, I've got the old carving tools that I got from school that I've had for all these years, so they've come in handy over time. But I have got a modern set as well, which are nice and sharp, and we'll probably use this. I'm not sure, I haven't used this set before, so we'll see how we go. That's the sort of thing we can do. That's one I've been working on previously for whatever the reason, probably another mower by the looks of it. So, but here's our gasket, just sitting there. So you can do a couple of different ways. You can put that over the top of it and trace it around with a pencil. Basically line it up, but since some of it's missing, it's a bit more difficult. But you can trace it around and then you can cut it out. But what we're going to do is a bit of a different way. The other way you can do it, I should say, and I'll show you. So the other way you can do it, if you've got access to whatever you're cutting, is you can actually put this paper straight over the top. So there's our gasket, what we need to replace. It's got to go there. You can put it straight over the top like so. And you have to hold it. Hopefully you can see this okay. You have to hold it without moving it once you start this, and then what you can do is you just press in on it. Just on around the edges like that. Just inside there. And you can press a little bit on the outside. Because we might have to do this a couple of times. Just so you know where the edge of it is. And then what we can do, while we're holding it, you can see where the hole is roughly. Just put a little bit of a indentation there, which we know that's where that one is. Just go to this side, which is up here. We'll just put a little indentation there as well. And then that will line us up where we've got to be. And we'll see on the outside. Let's have a look. There it is there, so it's not bad. We better work with that. That's good. Alright, so we'll go to the table and we'll cut this out. So it can be a slow process. I've got the screws, because we know that what size holes we need. So what we'll do is we'll select a hole punch. A couple of different sizes here. That one feels pretty good. We'll just bang those out first. What we might do is just do a practice piece first. Put a piece there. Just bang that out like that. That'll give us an idea. So that's probably a bit big actually. Yeah, so let's put that one back and go for this smaller one, see what this looks like. That one there. Yeah, that's pretty good, that one. So that's what we're going to use. This side's going to get them mixed up. That one there. So let's just go to the top of that now, and we'll just get these ones in. That one. That one. That's that. Beautiful. Right, well, I won't bore you with all this. What we'll do now is I'll go and cut all this now, which will take a bit of time. I'm going to use this razor blade and see how this goes. I'll get back to you when it's done. Okay, we've got the gasket cut. Here it is here. I've just screwed it on so you can see what it looks like. You don't have to be flash on the outside because that's not going to interfere with anything. The main thing is the two bolt holes and the holes correct. So we'll take this off. And we're going to put it back together. Put this gasket in there. This is only plastic, so you don't have to go overboard with the screw tighten. They're easy to get at anyway, if something loosens up. Righto, that's that bit. So now, what we may as well do is, let's adjust this. And I think I've got it already in the right spot there. So if I just tighten this screw up, it's already sitting over with the choke on. So let's just, it just holds the cable in position. Right, now that should be on before you get choked. That's in the off position. Yep. It might need a little bit more adjustment. See how that goes now. So we'll leave it at that. Okay, I've just got it off the blocks. I filled the oil up. I filled the fuel up. I've just been working this throttle control just to make sure it's going to work all right. And I reckon now we'll get it on the ground, get it outside, and see how it goes this time. And hopefully we don't have to pull the carby apart. Okay, let's see how we go. That's it. Looks like we've had success again. Another project. This one's a little bit easier than the last one I did. So I'll say thanks for watching. Take it easy and see you on the next one.